Namaskaram everyone, this is Mahashivratri day 10 and I'm going to start off by talking about some of the physical changes that I've seen in my body since doing the extra Mahashivratri Sadhana, and some of the things that happened first, I suppose, was literally the whole front here just really kind of strengthening up and toning up, especially what I call the man muscles, so where you've got your hip joints and just above here on the sides there, getting really firm and more defined. Also, I'm noticing that my good old biceps are feeling firmer on both sides, of course. And if I'm lying down in bed and I point my toes and all of my legs are kind of tensed up, I can really feel my thighs are really strong. Everything's just really strong, and it's amazing because it's only 12 rounds. It's not like it's a hefty long session of intense physical activity, and I just think, you know, it's magic. It's just magic. How does it work? And yeah, I'm still doing my other practices, but they don't feel intense or anything or difficult physically. Yeah, so it really is magic. Pause. You may have heard me talk about raw food, cooked food, and digestion, and in my past videos, and it's something that's important for me, and it really changes my yoga practice depending on how my gut's feeling and how I'm digesting, how I'm eliminating. So I thought I'd just make another comment about that. Yesterday I was 100% raw. And I made sure of it. I was like, right, the day before messed me up just by having a tiny bit of cooked food. I'm going to be really good today, so I was. But still, I can feel that a day and a half ago's food is still inside me. So even though I was good yesterday all day long, this morning's practice I felt that my head was feeling kind of a bit dull, a bit lifeless, a tiny bit sleepy, like I didn't want to nod off, but just kind of not much going on in there. And I was like, one whole day of raw didn't even do the trick. So I'm going to do it again, and something that me and my husband both do, if we need to, is to go and buy a bottle of pure prune juice, and I usually drink about a quarter of the bottle, and that usually does the job. Elimination. The other thing that's different while I'm on holiday here, in other people's houses and everything, and the way that I'm eating, is that I'm not having any smoothies, and for me I think that's brilliant, just kind of having that liquid form of your food, of your raw food. Really just helps to kind of take out as many nutrients as you can from your food, and to kind of soak it in, and also to take in the liquid from the fruits and the vegetables much more easily. Even though I'm pretty good at chewing, I've got very strong jaw muscles. And the other thing that I'm not doing here is eating soaked chia seeds. So I think I'm going to buy a packet of those and bring that into my food again, into my diet, because that's just amazing at detoxing what's going on inside and taking anything out that you don't need. So I'm going to go back to that and go to the shops and see what I can find. Yesterday we were driving back from Salisbury in the car, back to Bath, and it was quite a long drive because we had more traffic again, like it usually is in the UK. And Robin and I had a conversation about Isha Foundation and me doing Isha Hatha teacher training next year. I bring it up reasonably often because he's the kind of man that needs to keep on talking about something and keep on bringing it up, so it's kind of there in his consciousness, because it's something that's really important for me and something that I want to implement in my life. And we were just kind of talking about, you know, how are we going to make sure that Heidi lives happily for the time that I'm doing the course. Does Robin come with me? Does he not come with me? Lately he's talking about, yes, actually he wants to do the Isha Hatha teacher training as well at the same time as me, which on and off he's talked about that in the past, and for me that would just be amazing for both of us to do it at the same time, and for both of us to go through the same things together. And he said, you know, he wouldn't necessarily want to be a teacher at the end, but just to experience and to feel that he could be kind of his best self at the end of it, and then go forward in his life with all these new practices and all these new experiences that he will have had if he does it. For me, I really want to be a teacher and practice being a teacher at the end, and for me volunteering in that way and just going forward with that in my life is kind of one of the main things that that is just key and important for me in my life, and the most important thing. That's my future, that's how I see it going forward. So yeah, so then we were talking about Heidi. Well, she'll be 9 by next year. She will have learnt, she'll be fluent in French by then. How do we keep up that new language of hers while she's in India with us? Who looks after her while we're out there? Because I know that the course is very intense and it starts early, finishes late, and there might be a few moments in the afternoon when we might be able to see her and spend a bit of time with her. But she'll need some kind of education, whether we find a tutor or she goes into a school there. Don't really know how that's going to work, but for us, we live on a shoestring, and moving country has been expensive for us, and we just need to find a solution that works for us when it comes to finances, and also for Heidi to be happy and a content little girl for what will be probably about 7 months, because I want to do the 21-day rejuvenation centre course as well to come off my lithium medication, and for me to have a teacher training that I can feel it in the most depth and dimensions that I can. Yeah, so that was a good chat, and Robin did more yoga this morning, so I think he's getting back into the flow again, and he came out of it really positive, and he's gone off to spend some time with his father now, and yeah, it's amazing how after even 1 session or 2 sessions I see such a change in him for the positive, and I'm sure he won't mind me saying that on YouTube. He would agree with me. Just briefly going back to the sadhana process, this morning was the first time that I actually didn't soak my 10, what are they called? Peppercorns. And I literally put them in with the honey and the lemon pretty much straight after my practice, and I ate them maybe 10 minutes after putting them all together in the mix, and that was a really different experience. So my peppercorns were really crunchy and almost kind of getting a bit stuck in my molars at times. So yeah, I won't do that again. I think it's much better if you do soak them the night before, and they kind of take in some of the lemon and the honey, and they get much softer and easier to chew. So yeah, don't do what I did. Just thought I'd mention how I combined some of my other yoga practices in with Isha Hatha Yoga this morning, and So I did Virasana again, and then afterwards a headstand kind of popped into my mind, and I was like, yeah, let's try it. I haven't done it in months and months, and even when I did it months ago, I only did it once, and then before that it was, you know, ages. So it's not like I'm something that I'm used to doing frequently, but I'd say 2 years ago and before that I used to do it almost every day. So it's kind of something that I have confidence in with myself and with the poses. So the first headstand I did was where your hands are clasped like this around your head, and you're supporting yourself with your forearms on the floor. And then the second one I did it where your head is down and you're making that 3 points of contact on the floor and coming up. And I was just thinking to myself, you know, I'm feeling strong, let's see how it goes, even though I haven't done it in ages. And I was able, so say this is the front of my body coming down and my head's here, and these are my feet on the ground. So I was able to literally come up slowly with straight legs, stay up there for a while, and then come down with control with straight legs. And I'd say that was probably the most controlled and steady that I've ever been, and it felt really lovely. And when I was up there I was kind of very light, very straight, very steady, really, really nice. So the Isha Hatha Yoga practice that you do will definitely benefit you if you do any other kind of yoga, and you'll find that you're kind of stronger and more flowing and kind of open, and yeah, just feeling great. So yeah, that's really lovely. And again, it's just that kind of magic. How does it really work? And I think it's just, even though that the physical things, they're not difficult what we do, I think it's the kind of the energy that goes round our bodies, and maybe the Ida and the Pingala being so kind of balanced and even on both sides of our body, and just kind of that symmetry and centeredness is bound to just affect everything that we do, even if it is a headstand, which I don't even know if it's in the Isha Hatha part of the practices, because I haven't done all the courses. But yeah, it's certainly something that everyone should bring into their lives, whatever stage you're at with yoga or not yoga, or feeling really stiff or feeling ill, whatever you're feeling, it will help you in so many ways. You just have to kind of keep doing it a little bit every day, and then you might find that actually you might want to do a little bit more and do a new course or a bit more of your practice, or stay in meditation for longer, or just kind of find more time in your life when you're making yoga more of a priority. And just over time it just kind of builds and builds and builds and becomes just really important for you, like it is for me. Can't stop thinking about it. And every time I do think about it, it makes me happy. So hey, can't be bad, can it? I noticed last night that I've now got an Isha subscriber, and I've never met the guy, but I subscribe to his channel as well, and he's got some amazing videos taken in India and different yoga things that he's seen and done and experienced on there. Lots of men. It's nice to see another side of yoga, and it's not just me sitting here in the Western world where I don't have any of my close friends that do Isha yoga. So it's nice to kind of be in contact with others more. But yeah, I wanted to use this opportunity to express the fact that this year I would really like to hold 3 Isha Hatha Yoga retreats near where I live in the southwest of France, right in the middle of the Pyrenees. I'm going to be going back to France soon and doing some research for different venues, places that maybe you can stay in or stay nearby, with lovely halls and lovely light and lovely food. And I'll be working alongside some other Isha Hatha teachers to make this organisation kind of become a reality. And I'll be doing lots of marketing and flyers and all sorts of things near where I live. And yeah, if any of you guys are interested in coming to volunteer, then that'd be fantastic. I'll need people to help me in the kitchens and all sorts of things, to create some positive pranic foods for everyone to eat and enjoy. So I'm really looking forward to bringing that into my life and into other people's life. And actually that takes me on to something that I do right at the end of my practice. So I've done this with my hands in my lap, and then once I've done everything, I just bring my hands together, I fold forward like this, and most of the time my head touches the floor because I'm pretty flexible in my hips, and I just say in my head very quietly, I say, thank you Akash for allowing me to sit here so effortlessly in this space. And then I say thank you to Satguru, and I say thank you to all the Isha Hatha Yoga teachers that have taught me, and all the teachers that have taught other Isha meditators around the world, and just also kind of an intention that I would like Isha Hatha Yoga, through the teachers, through Satguru, through the meditators, through everyone, just to spread to the world. I mean, that is Satguru's aim. And it's my aim too. And so it's just something that I like to say every day at the end of my practice. Yeah, because every single Isha person that I meet is so happy, and it's such a pleasure to be around them and to be in their space and to share time with them. And that's why I love volunteering so much, is because, I mean, who wouldn't want to be surrounded by a load of happy people that find it so easy to smile and so easy just to kind of make everything flow well and be effortless. And that word just comes about so often, that effortlessness. So yeah, that's why I am organising retreats in my area, because I want to maybe bring the Toulouse lot further south, and then we can meet. I'd love to have more gatherings in the southwest of France that aren't necessarily retreats. Maybe some Bordeaux people or other people that I don't even know are out there. But I asked about a year ago, and there's about 150, or there were about 150 Isha meditators in France. And I think we could make it higher than that. Come on guys, come on French people, we can do it. So yeah, I think that's it. I hope you have enjoyed Mahashivratri Sadhana Day 10. And tomorrow you'll see me in a different place. I will be at my mum's house in Henley-on-Thames doing Day 9 in what used to be my sister's bedroom. So yeah, I'll be coming from a different part of the country, and I'll speak to you then. Thank you very much. Namaskaram. Goodbye.